Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I am going to be showing you 10 mistakes that we all made as noobs in Roblox Rivals. Number 1, leveling up weapons. Why would you level up your weapon when you can just level it up normally? Like, don't spend 10 keys. First of all, it's 10 keys, and as a beginner, you're not going to have 10 keys to spend. You're going to spend it on a weapon. And I see a lot of noobs just leveling it up, which is very bad because it's very easy to level up a gun. And it's not worth 10 keys. Not even worth 1 key, in my opinion. Then you would need 100 keys to level it up max. And leveling up doesn't even do anything. It doesn't like buff the damage. It doesn't do anything. So I definitely don't recommend leveling up weapons. That is such a waste. So you never want to pick backrooms because it is literally the worst map in the game. This is the worst map, and a bunch of noobs pick it. I don't know why. It's just like common for noobs to pick. But yeah, it is a good map for backstabbing, but the only thing about it is that you are like, it's so like kind of locked. Like it's yeah, even he's like, why did you pick backrooms? Another thing that noobs do is they have really high sensitivity. Let me just show you what it's like with really high sensitivity. Like, I don't know how you're supposed to play with that. I mean, look at how fast I can move my thing. And like, it's really hard to hit headshots with, but you can still hit them, of course. But it's really shaky. As you can see, I'm trying to aim, but it's very tricky. And a lot of new players have that, and they have really high sensitivity, and it is not good. Like, it's very hard. You need to stay like super still to actually hit your shots. But I'm just good with the sniper, so I hit my shots anyway. I used to have very high sensitivity, and my brother was like, you need to switch your sensitivity. This is so high. So I did, and I started hitting like every shot. Now, a lot of noobs also have not a static crosshair. So other videos, you can see that I have static on in my settings, and if I turn that off, then I go into the thing, you see how my crosshair moves? You don't want that, otherwise you don't know where your opponent is gonna be exactly. And it's not gonna be, well, you know where your opponent's gonna be, you just don't know where you're gonna shoot. Because you wanna shoot in the center of your screen, and this just makes it moving all over the place. So I definitely put on static just so I can have better aim, and it's just a better way to have a crosshair. A lot of people like it without static, but I like my crosshair static, so. Yeah, that's another tip, and the way to turn it on is just go into crosshairs and turn on static, and then your crosshair is like this instead. Number 5, doing beginner tasks. A lot of you guys, a lot of like new players don't do their beginner tasks as soon as they start out, because the beginner tasks make it so you can actually do daily tasks. You need to finish off the beginner tasks, which are going into the shooting range and picking the assault rifle, probably the handgun, and definitely the scythe and the grenade. And you just have to break 5 targets. You just have to break 5 targets, and you earn a lot of keys by this as well, which you can spend to buy weapons and other things. So, and then you gotta throw a grenade, you gotta equip the scythe, and you have to just scythe around and dash a bit. You have to dash like 3 times, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, that's basically just how you do it. And that's all for the beginner tasks. So that's why if you do your beginner tasks, you can actually start earning loads of keys. So yeah, a lot of new players don't do their beginner tasks. So let's move on to 5v5s. Alright, so the matchmaking in 5v5s is very unfair, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't recommend using 5v5s as a way to earn keys or a way to play the game. As long as you really have fun with it, then you're only gonna use it. But it's not good for getting keys unless you want to get a lot of kills. But if you just want to get a lot of kills, just go to free-for-all. So like there's a bunch of problems with this. Matchmaking is kind of hard, and a lot of people leave, which is pretty bad as well. You could be versing very good people, and your team could not be that good. Anything above 3v3s, I don't recommend playing, only because there's just so many people and it's easy to die quickly. Team deathmatch isn't that good, but it is fun to play sometimes because you are versing people not in your team. So, but like you're kind of always versing people not in your team. It's a free-for-all mixed with like 5v5 kind of. Yeah, so it's kind of hard because you just keep dying a bunch sometimes. Unless you're me, never mind. It does take up quite a bit of time, and luckily streaks are safe here. Another mistake that new players do is they don't slide. Sliding is literally one of the most important things to do in the game. Like moving around is literally the most important thing to do in the game. And a lot of noobs also don't double jump with their fists when they just started. Probably because they don't know, but that is a big mistake that they do make. And sliding, look at this comparison from here to there. So with the AR, it's like this. I get there in pretty a slow amount of time, and it's a really easy target for your opponents to hit. But if you slide and jump, look how much quicker I get there. That is such a big difference. That's a big mistake that new players make. And another one is a bad loadout. If you have a really bad loadout, then you're not gonna win games. Like I said this in the last video, 5 pro tips. You're not gonna win any games. So assault rifle, exogun, but you're a new player, so you're probably not gonna have exogun because saving up for it's pretty expensive. I saved up for it only because it's worth it, and it's worth saving up for. So definitely use it if you have it, but if you don't, handgun works, or revolver. I definitely recommend buying revolver. And then katana or scythe, fist also works, but I just use one of these. And the med kit, but you probably don't have that if you're new, so the grenade and the Molotov. And grenade's a starting out one, so you're always gonna have 2 of these weapons, the AR and the grenade. You're always gonna have those weapons. So yeah, definitely recommend buying that exact loadout. And yeah, save up for some good guns. Okay, for the last mistake that most new players do is that they buy a very low streak. Like recovering a 1 streak for 5 keys, that is so not worth it. Like, why would you buy a 1 streak back? That is so not worth it. And I see a lot of people actually do this. I once beat a guy that was level 20, and he had a 5 streak, and he decided to buy it back. And he already bought it back twice, so it costed him 10 keys to buy back a 5 streak. It's definitely not worth buying back a 5 streak. So yeah, I see a lot of noobs just buying things that they shouldn't be buying. And yeah, just don't buy the streaks that are under like 20 or 30. Okay, so, but if you really think you're gonna get a high streak, buy it back. But don't get your hopes up.